So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. It's like it's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it. Hi everyone, Martha here. So I finished watching the first 2 seasons of Pretty Little Liars. Like the first show, because apparently there's a second one. That is a reboot. I can't believe this show already has a reboot. I don't know. I've never watched it. Probably never will. Because compared to what this one is, I doubt they will replicate it again. So yeah, and I didn't like. So I know a lot of people don't like the show because it has a lot of one of the big relationships is Arya and Ezra, which is about grooming, but I already knew that's what it is, and as long as you already know what that is, it's okay for you to watch it. I don't think it's really okay for a teenager to watch it, but I think it's okay for an adult. Or if you're a teenager, as long as you know what Ezra's doing to her, and what also, I guess, Ren does to Spencer, and this too is wrong. It's okay. Besides, I really don't like neither one of those relationships at all. I mostly watched this show for the mystery, even though I already knew, because I watched the show back when I was back when the show first came out. I watched most of it. I think I stopped watching it after they left high school, because I thought it was kind of silly for them to continue this on when they're no longer in high school. So I've not seen the last season, so I don't know how the show finishes. But I do know, I remember how it starts, so I did not remember everything, but I remember most of the first 2 seasons. And the reason why I didn't do season 1 together, because you don't know who A is by season 1. You just find out one of the people who killed A and killed Alice. So what is this show about? It's about a group of girls. We got Arya, who, even though I don't agree with her choices in relationships, is my favorite character because I like how she dressed a lot in this show, and who is dating her teacher, and whose father, when we first meet her, is hiding an affair from his wife, and Arya and Alice sees him kissing his one of his students that he goes to school with. And so that's what Arya's story is. Spencer usually is a smart girl who goes after all of her sister's boyfriends. She goes after Ian and also Ren, and because she's mostly jealous of her sister. And then we have Hannah, who is a shoplifter and who has a mom who stole from an old lady because she works at a bank, and she stole her trust funds so she can be able to keep their house. And then we also have Emily, who's out of the other 3 is really the one that's mostly the most boring one. I don't know, maybe because I'm not the same as she is, and since how earlier this show was made, it's not that, to me, it's no longer that big a deal. But I guess back then it was. Who hasn't come out gay yet? So yeah, that's the premise. And both four of them had lost their friend a year ago around Labor Day weekend, named Alice, who was missing for a whole year, and they had not talking since then. Like, and when her body appears, they'll go to the funeral, and the whole entire time, the day before their funeral, a person named A is texting them and like exposing them for their all their crimes, for Arya dating her teacher, for Hannah shoplifting, for Emily not coming out as gay yet, and for Spencer for dating her sister's fiance, and threatening to expose them, and also threatening to expose Arya's dad's situation also. So, well, they had to deal with this whole entire season with every time they get text. And with this show, like back when smartphones were just barely getting invented and text was really big then, so this show was really huge during that time period. This show came out in 2010, and how well they used it. And also there is another character named so let's get talking about the side characters now. We have Mona, who is Hannah's sidekick during the time Alice disappeared for that year. We also got Jenna, who went blind because of Alice, and we have Lucas, who one of the people that Alice made fun of, and we also got Toby, who was kind of being kissed by Jenna, his stepsister, and we also have the other mostly the other boyfriends, all the boyfriends. So Toby ends up being with Spencer for a while in the show, who was accused of killing Allie, but we find out it's not. We also got Ian, who so far is one of the people who killed her, and there's also Garrett, who's a cop who pretends to be a cop, and so he and Jenna can get away with doing stuff. And by the second season, we find out that he might be the one who killed Alice. And Melissa, who is mad that when she found out that Jason, who's Alice's older brother, ends up being Spencer's and Melissa's half brother, because Spencer's dad, when they were before they were born, when they either started dating their mom, cheated on her and with Alice's mom and made Jason. And so when he moved back in, he saw his son that he can't really be with, and he ends up helping him keep his will, because for his grandma's money, because he was supposed to take it out, so he changed the date for that. And mostly and also Mike, Arya's little brother, ends up stealing a lot. So mostly what A does in this show, he's like does stuff that the low liars get accused of throughout the show, like steal makes their therapist disappear for a little while, and they made it look like they either killed her or found her buried alive, and made it look like that they stole the pages and made them do like community service, and find a bunch of other stuff. But one thing I don't like about the show is sometimes that how dumb these four girls are. Because like one episode, they had a video that A sent them on the phone, sent them on the computer, and they could have put it on a thumb drive and give it to the cops. It's because they were gonna give it to the cops, but by the time they have it on the computer, they're gonna hand over their computer and do it that way. Instead, the computer ends up being gone. So they could use a thumb drive, because I'm pretty sure thumb drives exist back then, but apparently they cost a lot of money, because that's when they were just being invented. Or they could have used a floppy disk. You know those things, kids? No, you probably don't know what those things are. And done it that way, but no, they didn't. They just lost the video, and then they get another one, and this keeps getting bigger and bigger, and there are different videos. And every time they do send it in, then they try to get it, and they get in trouble for it by being threatened. So both Arya's and Hannah's mom do find out about A eventually, and they both try to find a way to keep their daughters safe. Arya's mom, who's played by Holly Mary Combs who played Piper in Charm, is trying to keep her daughter safe, and for a while she does leave her them when she finds out that her husband cheated on her, but they get back together eventually. But A is the one that wrote the letter and told her the truth, because Arya wouldn't do it. And right around the time you find out who A is, A left a note in there of Hannah, of all the times she shoplifted, and where one of the cops, not Garrett, ends up keeping the secret, and he could lose his job. Because of it. And so now that you know everything I can, I'm going to expose who A is. So we find out during the last episode of season 2 that it's Mona. And I did not cover everything, but I don't really want you guys to watch this show and find everything for yourself. But Mona is the reason why, because she got mad for Hannah not being around her for a whole year and just go back to be with her friends. So she got jealous and started exposing all of them, and the reason why she and for one episode we find out that she was going after Allison before she died. What's technically my favorite episode, it's the Halloween episode, and it kind of reminds you of Scream without nobody dying, but kind of reminds you of that. And also, yeah, there's also Nolan, who knew about Ezra's and Arya's little thing and not do anything about it, and was threatening him by keeping his grades up so he can continue playing sports. Yeah, and also forgot to mention that Emily does play does swim as an outlook, but that to me it's not. I kind of wish we did have that at my school, but we never did because we never had a full swimming team. So, the last episode, it gets exposed. Spencer's the one that finds out about it. And like for a while, we do have a couple red herrings. We have Hannah, we have Jenna, who we think is A. We have Garrett, who we think is A. And Ian, who we think is A. And they also think Lucas is A for a little bit. And Melissa. So they have a bunch of red herrings in this show. So, yeah. And I just think there's a little too many, but they kind of have to because they want to make the audience think it's somebody else, but we don't know. So yeah, and so by the end of the season 2, Mona gets put into like a psych ward for having split personality disorder, and we see a person go in there with a red jacket to her, and she says, "I've done everything you asked for." So we don't know who that person is yet, but let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys watched the show already, so like here for I'm probably gonna give season by the end of season 1. Ian does we find Ian and Mona, as far as we know, did kill him, but made it look like he offed himself. So yeah, and Garrett is in jail for stealing evidence and giving it to Jenna, who, after Hannah saved her from a burning building, hands back the evidence to the cops and gets Garrett arrested. So yeah. Forgot one thing about Hannah. She has a stepsister who his name's Kate, who does a couple things that, like, to control her for a little bit, make her look like pretend like a horse. So she makes her throw up on gets her drunk and has her throw up on her stepmom's dress. Frame her for taking a picture of her naked, and almost gets her expelled when she actually does it herself, because she was afraid of Spencer doing the same thing, because Spencer knew her beforehand, and she thought Spencer was going to take a picture of her, but she does it herself, and she has a birthmark, so she like tries to Photoshop the birthmark off of her, and that's how Hannah figures out that she did it herself, because they thought at first it was A. And so that's why her dad's not in the show that often. Oh yeah, her dad also is divorced from Hannah's mom, so that's basically it. That's everything that I wanted to talk about, so I'll see you guys. So, that's it. Okay, I forgot to tell you about basically what happens with Mona, because Emily. So the two things I want to mention Emily, that her first girlfriend ends up being, her body is being found by the end of the Maya ends up found during the end of the season, who went missing, and her dad, who's in the army, helped her. They go and try to help her find her by finding out she went to Los Angeles, because she was afraid of going back to True North. It was just like a Christian place, I guess. And she ran away because she found weed, and back then weed was not illegal to have. So yeah, I think that's basically it. And also, yeah, Mike does steal a little bit in this show. So after the mom leaves for a little while, Maria's mom leaves. So I would say my two characters I liked in this show, or the ones I mainly watched the show for, is Toby, which I told you before, who Spencer dates, and there's also Caleb, who does help them find a couple of the videos that A send them after they get hold of A's phone. And I think out of all the relationships, I think Caleb and Hannah's are the ones I like the most, because to tell you the truth, I'm not a fan of any of since I don't like Spencer for what she does to Melissa, and so I don't really like her with Toby. I don't like Arya's relationship with Ezra, and Emily's relationships are fine, but I think the one I like the most is Hannah's and Caleb's. Those ones I mostly shift the most because Caleb's there and helps her out for most of everything that's going on. And she does hide Caleb for a little while because Caleb is kind of a runaway because he's trying to stay away from his foster mom, and she does hide him for a little. Hannah does hide him for a little while until his mom does find out about it, and then he's gonna leave. But the only reason why he's staying at Hannah's house because he can like get a key to one of the videos that Allie had before she died. So those two, Hannah and Kayla, are my favorite couple. There you go. So I don't know if I want to put this with my Lisa Frankenstein or Pretty Little Liars video. We'll see which one's shorter. But this is got a hot fix that's coming up / also news on our update. They haven't got which we still don't know if Mushu is still going to come with Mulan or what. But let's see what this thing says on Twitter. Okay, update is on Primal Mirror issue with other free content, Horizon, and news the following soon. We want to share some of the fixes and for the feedback. You sincerely, someone have taken the time to report bugs and issues that they have run into. Further secure and granted of us patience and have sincere investigated your reports. See below for listing of incoming fixes alongside our rarity of rivals. Optional of improving cast raised on all platforms. Projective no longer appear invisible. Daisy will share time when you start the game for your next barista challenge. Okay. Players will be able to cook all their meals outside without risking a freeze. I've been waiting, ever since that happened, I'm afraid to cook outside on my Switch. Resolve and addressing clipping issues. Validate questions, probably blocking, resolve, numbing, other bug fixing improvements. Okay. While we are eager to share details that you're connecting to, we want to keep the loop about the state of the core issues and first primarily resolve your gameplay and signing of the game of our team based on work on improvements and multiplicating crashes will be remaining of the forces moving forward. Thank you for once again your understanding and support, and let us hope that you are looking forward to further news and times regarding our next update, which is Mulan, in case you guys forgot. Okay. Alright, where was I? Okay, while we are most eager to share, we want to make sure that I'm just going to reread it. Of making sure keep in the loop into the state of issues and packing of the characters first, and then probably of your gameplay in the valley. So we're in the valley. Our team is relating to crashes, ongoing improvements and mitigating of crashes going on. And remain forward. Thanks for understanding and support. Are looking forward to for the news on our update and to fix these and more up next week. So we'll find out more next week. Yeah. Okay. So That's basically it. Like I said, I don't know which one I'm going to put this with. That's basically it. If I forgot anything, let me know. So that's basically it, guys. I'm probably going to give season 1